Hey guys, Lebra here, and there's some very important topics to discuss, so I made this video specifically to discuss about the game's current PvP state and address why so many people you see on social media are now quitting the game, even people who were day one players, and how will this affect the game's future. So, Dragon Ball Legends has been releasing more and more Zenkais in the past couple of months, with almost all of them being extremely competitive in the PvP scene, dominating the current meta and completely power creeping banner units. I'm a day one player myself. I started to play PvP seriously since the blue OG Broly meta, which is actually terrifying. It was the first time, in my opinion, the game received a very powerful unit that hinted the first power creep in the game. Now, since it's not longer a matter of summoning for banner units to make your team stronger, and you actually have to rely on Zenkai units to make it through PvP, which makes banner units obsolete at lower star counts. Personally, I think a banner unit right now to even be competitive against a Zenkai unit in the meta has to be at least 6 stars, so it doesn't get one-shotted and to be able to dish out some damage as well. And you see, here's where the problem lies. Why would a veteran player summon on a new banner? And sure, if they truly shine in the meta when they can just spend safely 7,000 crystals and get a guaranteed top tier unit that would benefit their team maybe 2 to 3 times more than summoning on a banner unit to get at least 6 stars to be competitive. And I'm talking about, again, going up against Zenkais in the higher ranks of PvP, which is very common to find players who have maxed out Zenkai teams now. What Legends has done here is that they've shot themselves in the foot with making banner units less viable and shifted all of their attention in making Zenkai units. You see, the problem with that is now that even if a new hype banner unit drops, even if it's LF, people might not even want to spend on it anymore because no one will want a 2-star unit in this ridiculous Zenkai meta. There is just no balance between anything anymore, and they should really focus on that if they want to get their game in order and actually making it fun again. I cannot imagine right now how PvP is from a free-to-play perspective, since the skill cap is practically gone, because Zenkai units uncombo you, and if you don't have Zenkai units yourself to fight back, even if you're more skilled than your opponent, it's not gonna end well. By the way, I said this to people, and I will say it again here. If you want to be competitive without LF Zenkai units in PvP, just focus your attention in building your androids team. Completely skip banners. Androids are really accessible. They're gonna be receiving Zenkai units a lot in the future as well, and it's a tag that won't let you down no matter what, and you'll be able to play PvP no problem. This is basically my solution, since androids don't have LF units yet, and there is no fear in actually not being able to Zenkai a unit, and it's a safe tag to invest. Trust me when I say this, if you do that, you'll not regret it. It's just, a really safe tag to invest long term. It really bothers me though that they keep pushing out these Zenkais like nothing, disregarding every balance in the game. I mean, it's completely obvious that they do not care about that anymore, and their only motive to keep making this is money. And I'm calling this right now. If they keep going down this path, it's not gonna end well, because the majority of people who play this game are free to play. And giving whales such a tremendous advantage is never a good thing, because there's not whale and free to play balance anymore. People who don't spend money on this game, or spend a couple of dollars every month, they're not gonna have these LF units at 7 stars, and with these ridiculous rates at even 0.5% on their return banner, they'll have to be extremely lucky and spend crystals maybe worth up to 3 or 4 months of saving to even have a shot at Zenkaiing these broken units. It's just not viable for the everyday player that just wants to enjoy the game, play some PvP, and it really hurts us content creators as well. We used to make so many videos about all the units on PvP, making them look good for once. But since everyone's using broken Zenkai units and these older units get obliterated on the side, it's very hard to actually showcase them and to win games with them. It's just gonna get more difficult every single time. I've seen people quit this game recently, especially on Reddit and here on YouTube, saying PvP is done for, they're not gonna touch that ever again, and yes, they're absolutely right. I myself didn't know that I'll be playing a Zenkai simulator game. I've never even dreamed of it. At this point, this whole video sounds a little bit like a rant, but it's the truth. How can anyone right now enjoy a game like this in its most important scene, which is the PvP scene? I'm a content creator and I've not recommended this game to any of my friends. When they ask what games you play, I cannot even speak about Legends because the game is fun when you're a new player, but once you get into PvP, this is gonna change immediately almost with how unbalanced and unfair it feels once you get at higher ranks. At this point, it doesn't feel that they're gonna change their ways anytime soon. People are right to be mad at this game for how they treat their player base. And yes, even though they increased the crystals we get each month, it's nowhere near enough with 2 Zenkais every month for the average player to stay competitive. Everybody used to love this game, man. It was so fun to play when we had only the regular banners to summon on to get the new exciting sparking unit to play in PvP, but all of this has changed for the worse. If this game dies, it will be their devs' fault, and who's pressuring the devs, because it definitely feels like somebody's pressuring them to keep making more and more money faster with making dumb decisions for the longevity of the game and its PvP state. From me, you're only gonna hear the truth, and I always say what needs to be said, and when we're dissatisfied with the game, we'll express our dissatisfaction, and when we're satisfied, we do that as well. For this game to prosper, they need to fundamentally change their ways on how to approach pay-to-win aspects of the game, like the Zenkai system, and let us breathe some more between the releases. They won't lose any money by delaying the Zenkai releases, and they should really be handing out more LF power for the older LF units in the game by now for players to catch up in PvP, even if the grind will be horrendous and they need to do something ASAP. We're heading down a dangerous path with the Zenkai system, and I'm not a fan of it, okay? Anyway guys, that's gonna be all for this video. If you agree, make sure to drop a like, a comment as well, I love reading those, replying to you guys, and why not subscribe if you're new here as well. Thanks for watching, have a great day, Lebra out.